Hey everybody, how's it going? This is Alberto with A to Z Tactical Academy, and today I want to talk to you about what you should do when you first get a brand new gun, that first cleaning. Okay, so you bought a brand new gun, it came, you picked it up, and if you live in a state like my state, Arizona, where you can actually pick up the gun and the ammunition at the same time, you don't have restrictions like the folks over in Cali that you have to have, time between those two transactions, if you will, right? You might be inclined to get that gun, get a box of ammo, go try it out right away, right? But here's something you should do. I think you should inspect it, read the manual first before you use it at all. Even if you're very familiar with that gun, you probably should read the manual and just familiarize yourself with that specific gun, even if it's looking the same as many of the other ones you have. The second thing is you should give it its first cleaning, right? I have a couple here I'm going to show you that I recently got. One is completely covered in this very thick grease because it came from overseas. So they probably put it in a container. It came via ship. So to inhibit rusting, they coated it in this very thick grease. So I'm going to have to use a degreaser, a very powerful degreaser for that. The other one came out with just a very light coating of gun oil, right? So very easy to clean. And for that, I can just use traditional gun cleaner, give it a first once over, and then it's ready to go. Okay, so I have two that I recently acquired here. This one here is a revolver. It's a Rock Island Armory AL-22. It's a 22 long rifle revolver. It came with its user manual in a nice box, came with its paperwork and everything else, but the gun itself came in a plastic bag, and when I take it out of the plastic bag, I can see this has this very thick, you can see it here, how it imprints in my fingers, very, very thick grease, right? So for this gun, I am going to use a engine degreaser. And that type of engine degreaser that I'm going to use is one that evaporates quickly and does not require rinsing with water. Obviously, I don't want to do that. When I do the degreasing of this gun, I'm going to be careful not to put any grease in this plate right here. This plate has a seam for all the internal mechanisms. On this particular revolver, that is on the left, on the right side of the gun. The cylinder swings to the left. So I'll open the cylinder, see how thick this is. This is crazy. Anyway, I'm going to use this degreaser, clean it up, and after I degrease it, then I'm going to use traditional gun oil, something that is meant for guns, clean it again, and then be able to use it. When I read the manual for this particular gun, in one of the pages, it specified that this gun has a breaking period of up to 500 rounds to make sure all the machine surfaces are, cared for, if you will. So although it does appear that it's ready to go, it does specify a breaking period, right? So the breaking period, they say, is 50 rounds, and then with a period to let it cool down completely before firing another 50 rounds, right? So that's specified in the manual. This is why you should always read the manual first before you start using the firearm. And this other one, this is a CZ P10C that I acquired. This one came out basically with a very, very light coating of oil. Almost there's nothing sticking in my hands. Even though both are made in the Czech Republic, this one does not have that thick coating of grease. It's just a light oil, so it's ready to go. I still read the manual for it, obviously, and in the user manual, it specified also a short breaking period. It wasn't as long as 500 rounds. It was more like 100 rounds with 2 intervals of 50. So, yeah, it's important to read the manual, guys. All right, so I came outside because I have to use this in well-ventilated areas, and I didn't want to use it in my garage. So what I'm going to do, like I said, is I'm going to be careful not to spray the internals. There is a small little lubrication hole right here. I don't want to get anything inside completely degreased, because then I'm going to have to lubricate it again. So I'll just do it on the left side. And for that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to open the cylinder, kind of leave it here, and use degreaser and clean everything up. All right, after this, what I'm going to do is just use a clean rag, wipe it all off, and then use gun oil and lubricate it properly. So now that everything is void of that thick grease, obviously it has nothing in it, I don't want to leave it without any lubrication, right? So I am going to get a couple of cleaning pads and some gun oil. I like this one the best. You can use others, obviously, but that is a preference, right? My recommendation is that once you start with one, don't change brands. You don't know how some chemicals will react in contact with other chemicals. So stick to one. And then if this gun is cleaned with hoppies, then I would kind of make sure that it's always clean with hoppies and nothing else. I could have several chemicals, but I'll keep every gun with the specific chemical that I use to clean it. I just don't want to create a reaction with some chemicals. So anyway, this is just a coating of oil. It's kind of thick right now, but it's just to reintroduce lubrication and rust protection. And then I'm going to use another clean pad and remove the excess, because I have an excess of oil now. Okay, here goes. Just take care of the excess. And this gun's ready to go. So now I can put it in storage, put it in my safe, go practice with it, start the break-in period, which is, for this particular gun, according to the manual, 500 rounds, right? So yeah, this is what you should do with brand new guns. So there you have it, guys. This gun is ready to be tested on the field. So I'll be shooting it in the next couple of days or so, maybe preparing a first impressions video for you guys on the AL-22. It's not a new revolver, right? This was released years ago, but it's my first one of the AL-22. This one is manufactured in the Czech Republic, same as my CCs. So I expect good things about it. It has some heft. So anyway, hopefully this video gives you some guidance as to what to do when you first acquire a firearm. Stay safe, keep practicing. See you next time.